All right, so today I realized something profound. I really just wanted to share it quick before I go to bed. That you only got one focus. Okay, now you think that this is just like some motivational fluff. You got one focus, and your job being alive is to really nail in on this one focus, because really you might try to have multiple focuses, focus points or desires, dreams, like, oh, I want this, oh, and I want this, I want this, I want this, I want the material success, I want growth, I want to be famous, I want X and Y, Z. These are so many things, right? Oh, heck, I even want a girl, right? I want love. These are so many desires. Now, the problem with having so many desires at the same time is that it pulls you apart. It pulls you in splits, right? It divides you open. The left part of you is right here on the left, and the right part of you is right here. You are not united. You are not one being. Now, what happens when you are not one, unified? When you are not unified, there's nowhere you're going. One part of you is going the other way, and the other is going the other way. And so the only way to move forward in the direction in which you seek is to combine both of your left and right hemispheres. Right? The problem that we have is that we really don't know what we want. But sometimes we really know what we want. Most of the times, we know what we want. The problem that we have is that I want another thing to make sure that this is going to happen. And so technically, if you kind of look into it, we basically want certainty. We do not want the other thing. We want certainty. Certainty that the first thing that we want is going to work out. Certainty that we might have a safety net. Certainty that we've got plan B. But I want you to remember something. Remember the days where you truly said to yourself that, yes, I really do want this one thing. Say, for example, you really love someone, and you told yourself that I am not going to hold back. I'm going to love this person fully with all my heart. I'm going to make necessary sacrifices. I'm going to build myself to become the right man so that I could take care of her. If you're a woman, then you might, make those worthy ideals and sacrifices in order for you to be the ideal woman for your partner. Or if you want to be the best, basketball player, you once told yourself that there is nothing in this world that you are going to do other than just being the best at what you do. Right? You burn the bridges behind you. Whichever craft, whichever skill, whichever artwork it is that you set for yourself out there, you knew it in the beginning that this is the thing that you are going to do. There's nothing else you are going to ever focus on in your life other than that thing. And for your job or your destiny is to materialize it and bring it into reality. But then over time, as you continue doing that, you just realize that there are so many countless distractions. Oh, let me not say distractions, but technically the journey itself wasn't as easy as you thought it was going to be. Well, you did not get the thing that you wanted. Turns out that love is complicated. Turns out that dreams take time. And turns out you still have to believe in your own capabilities, which requires you to unwound, unroot, deroot all of the beliefs that were fed to you from childhood. And so you realize, should I really just rather take the safer route, the safe path? Should I just let go of what I'm doing? Should I just continue on? And then most of the times you're just going to realize that the debate or the argument between that and this tends to outweigh the other. It tends to outweigh the original desire. And that is where the separation begins. That is where most days you kind of sit down with yourself and then you just wonder, I'm constantly down on myself. I'm constantly finding other options. It is seeking an option, a safety net, a comfort zone that you are trying to run away from the thing you promised yourself that you were going to do. Heck, if you love someone, you say that I'm going to very devote myself into this person, to this person, commit myself very much to this person, then you're going to find yourself within that moment that, man, I think there might be some other person out there in the world who might be better for me. Right? Because of this one, she's like this, she leaves her hair in the sink, she complains all day, she talks about herself, she barely even asks me about myself. So I should rather just let go of her, go to the next one. And guess what? You go to the next one, you seek, and it turns out something else happens on that one as well. That one might be even worse, but unique. She chews with her mouth open every single time y'all are having dinner, lunch, or anything, as long as you're eating. The the concern here is not about your partner, but really it is about how you do one thing is how you do everything. The concern is interdimensional. How one thing is affected, the rest of everything else is affected, right? And so you have to realize that the idea of an option really should be non-existent. If you want something, you just want it. There should be nothing else in this world, in this life, that you want other than that one thing that you promised yourself that you were going to get. What you started, ye shall finish. It should just be that way. That is what is called focus. Because how are you really going to get it if you do not just fulfill your own promise? How are you going to give to others or change the world if you can't even change yourself or give back to yourself? You can give yourself with good treatment. You could take yourself out, get your feet massaged, do your whatnot as a lady, or manicure, pedicure. You could really take good care of yourself, right? But the problem now, it is not in taking good care of yourself. The problem is in giving back to yourself for all of these years to make them worth it. You have waited so long. You have suffered for this one thing. For you, I'm not going to say for you to give up. This is not about giving up. This is about looking at other things, right? If you love a person, you are not going to look at other people. If you love someone, you are going to focus on that person. If you love a thing, there is nothing else that you're going to focus on other than that thing. If you've got a dream, there's nothing else that you focus on other than materializing it, because you love it. Even through the hard times, even through the hardships, even through the storms, you withstand it, right? You're not inviting water inside the ship and expecting and asking yourself, why am I drowning? Because you already know that the ship is your only priority, right? And the holes that are in the ships that you put holes in the ship, it's your fault, right? It is your fault in the beginning. If you allow the ocean to sink in the ship, right? Everything is your fault. You have to realize that the decisions you're making, they will affect your life, the entirety of your life, your relationships, your career, your work life, your mental health, your health. Everything in your life that you make, it affects you, it affects your well-being and everything, etc., right? And so you have to look at the thing that you really love, the person that you really love, and tell yourself one thing. I do promise myself that I am not going to turn back into my old habits, into the self that I used to be. I'm not going to look at other options. I'm not going to turn around, look for plan B, because my plan B is only plan A. And it should be like that for everything and everyone. And so if you truly do love someone, but for me particularly, I would not definitely say that I live to please, or I live to love another person. I live only to attain my dream. That is the only thing that I came to this world to do. And so that's my first priority. And my girlfriend also knows that. Before I put her first, I put my dream first. And she kind of now understands that over time, no matter what really happens, I could be spending a great time with her right now. But if she knows that if it's time for me to do this, it's time for me to do this. Sometimes, yeah, you can kind of call while I'm still, working on the thing. That's because I prioritize her as well. Well, you can't be too busy for the person that you love. I really just want you to know, going forward, that screw all other plans. Option A, option B, option C. No, don't have any options. It is one way or the other that you are going to materialize the thing that you want. If you love a person and if they love you, devote to them. They shall be no one else. And you should seek marriage, right? You should seek the ultimate goal, whatever. If it is marriage, family, I don't care. Whatever it is, even if it's your dream, seek that first, nothing else.